I hope that none of the people and all the haters that I have will never go through what I've gone through, because maybe a lot of people will not be able to stand it.
Want to take a break? Why don't we take a break? You want to take a break?
¿Quieres café o quieres té? Café. Ok. Para que pueda darte tiempo de bañarte leve.
I struggle a lot in the morning, and it takes me a while to get out of bed because I like sleeping because it makes me avoid reality sometimes.
Lele.
Yes.
Time.
Hi, puppy. I decided not to take a shower.
Oh, you know how to take a shower? You should take a shower, Lele.
Puppy, I took a shower yesterday.
I know, but we usually take showers every day. I mean, sometimes twice a day, depending on what you do.
I'm not gonna take a shower. Why?
What time is your...
They're coming in 10 minutes.
Yeah, you still have time, Lele. Why don't you go and take a shower?
Puppy. Puppy, you
Okay,
act
well,
like...
No, mi amor, tienes que bañarte al cielo. O sea, no puedes pasar todo el día así con la misma ropa de ayer.
What's so bad about the same clothes from yesterday?
No, Lele, deja de actuar y vamos a
No,
bañar.
seriously, when have I ever not slept in my clothes?
Yeah, you can do that while they come. Okay?
I mean, sometimes when you're an only child, it's just like we're always so close. It's impossible not to be close.
Luis is like a cool dad. He's always so welcoming and just very hospitable and always opening up his home to us, and just, he looks after us. I think he really genuinely cares.
Luis is very loving. He's very non-judgmental. He's kind of like a second father to me.
Never let anyone tell you that you're not an amazing person.
Aw.
Because you really are.
And he has a way of making tough situations lighter to deal with.
Absolutely understanding. We live in a society where everything is so categorized.
I found out that my dad was gay when I was little. It was hard for me at first. It was hard because I was repeating him saying he was gay until it sounded right in my head. I was kind of proud that my dad was gay, you know, and I liked that he was. It just like, it was different, and he's like my best friend. So what happened was that I openly said he was gay in my Catholic school. Impulsivity is a huge part of OCD. And when I found out that my dad was gay, I said it during a presentation in my class. And everybody was like, this has nothing to do with what's going on. And the teacher was like, especially the teacher was very Catholic, she was like, come here, you know, like, you talk to you now. Because everybody, after I told them that my dad was gay, everybody was like, my aunt is lesbian, my thing, and so it was like, hey, I was in the classroom, but yeah.
I think we have the best relationship anybody can possibly have. And we're very close. We're really, really close. We love each other.
When I really found out he was gay was when I saw him. I came to his room and I saw him actually like sleeping with a man. And I was like 10 years old, and that for me was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, I saw my dad. And that was very traumatizing because I didn't have to see that so vividly. But still, like, that's why we're so close because I've seen everything, he's seen everything. That happened to me too. I think he came in one time to me. So like, we owe each other, okay? We're even.
She's brutally honest with me. When she thinks about something, she always speaks up, and she would say the most incredible, difficult things, and they have always been wise, They has always come from the heart, and they have always come from an amazing place.
You were also drunk, Leslie, at some point when we started.
But the thing is, like, I'm not like you, and I'm not like I don't deny it. I said, hey, I'm a little drunk. Like, I said it. You and the other
I'm
fans.
supposed to be the figure of authority at some point, no?
No,
I got proposed to.
Again?
No.
When my dad told me that he was gay, it was a surprise, but I didn't judge him. I tried so hard to understand him, and eventually I did. I was like, okay, you're gay. I want to understand how you feel. And what made you decide to marry my mom? What made you decide to tell me now? Like, I just want to understand everything.
We love to talk about the things that will be uncomfortable for any other parent's son or daughter relationship, from sex to relationship, friends, behavior, society, moral issues. And she knows that I'm always super open and I won't judge.
Gay fathers, divorce dad, survival book.
Look at Liz.
Gay and lesbian parenting.
I did not know he had those books, but he has books saying like how to be a gay parent, how to be a divorced single parent. Like it's crazy how to treat a girl who's in social media. He has books to advise him in everything how to be a parent, and it's really funny.
There was a lot of problems between my mom and dad when they split up. They still fight today because of my OCD. They can't understand how to help me because it's tough. It's those type of situations that you need like help, professional help, not your parents.
Lele's parents have really, really worked so hard to help Lele through this process. And, you know, they're in a hard situation because when she was younger, it was already difficult to manage her struggles. And as life became so much bigger for her and she is dealing with this and being in the public eye, for them is even more challenging.
I can honestly say that I've known you since I was like, what, 10, 9? And it's like literally, like since I was like little, I was just like this. Like seeing us doing this is just like.
Right. Oh, I agree. I mean, this has been hard for us in treatment as well because one of the difficulties have been to help you, you know, keep this confidential. And also, like for instance, when we have to go out and do exposures, you know how we go out, like and we walk places and we do, you know, exercises outside, right? In the past, it was easy because nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
So something we talked a lot about it before you decided to do that is this something you're ready to do? Are you willing to go through this, and do you see benefits for you to do it?
I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. That's the thing. Maybe it's
nothing to be ashamed about.
Maybe I'm ready right now because I'm not ashamed of it. And that's the reason why I want to do this, because I'm not ashamed of it. And if I was ashamed, then I would be like, I don't want to do this because they're gonna bully me. But if they bully me for something I'm really not ashamed about, it's not gonna matter to me.
Ready to walk back?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
OCD is a lifelong commitment that you have to live with and try to control. When you control it and you use it in a good way, then you can inspire other people, or in my case, try to find the good in it, in my music especially.
Lele came to me in 2009. She was 13 years old. Her pitch was very good. Her will and her ability to want to do better each time she sang, that's something that I think she has a very strong gift for. Mind you, these recordings are at our recitals, they are completely acoustic, meaning to say there's no amplification. It's a little girl, 13 and a half years old, standing up there and projecting in a big place and being heard just with her sound.
It takes so much question not knowing what to do.
People don't see opera as something as popular, you know, as singing pop music or Billboard Top 100. So when she started doing that, it was kind of, you know, out of the ordinary, but she definitely had a voice that people didn't expect.
There was never any doubt in her mind about what she wanted to do with her life and her future. She wanted to be a famous singer. Lele, at this point, I believe is called the triple threat. She dances, she sings, she's an actress. She works hard, I know, at all those things.
Celoso was Lele's first single that she released on her own. She introduced a new aspect of her artistry that her fans hadn't seen before.
Celoso was very successful. She got triple platinum, diamond in Mexico, and 300 million views on YouTube. It blew up and everybody was like, what? And I was like, what?
Did you guys want to see it?
I think Lele's already proven herself. She's outperformed so many people, and I don't think it's just because of her social influencer role. I think it's just because she can really sing, she can really perform.
Oh my God, when I sung Celoso, I was so nervous because my brain shifts. If I don't focus, I will shift and I will mess up. And I was like, please don't be weird, don't do any tics and stuff.
Lele is a true artist. She's a true musician. She's not the girl who just got 30 million followers and decided to make music.
Part of what makes Lele so special is her versatility and an ability to adapt.
There's nothing passive about Latin fans. They're so loyal and they're so fanatical. She has that rare capacity to have one foot in each market authentically.
That's super cool.
Lele's vocal range, it's very powerful, and I think she, could easily overpower a record.
A lot of people have to have patience with me. I think Ali has a lot of patience with me as well. We have fun. Sometimes we take 2 hours in the studio, and sometimes when I'm really hyper, we take 9.
It's like putting together a Rubik's Cube for someone that, is starting a recording career. You gotta find out who they are. You gotta find out, what's their DNA.
I need a lot of work on music, and he's someone that actually is able to actually drive me to the right moment. Like, he tells me, okay, do it like this, and then I'm like, oh, it's like this, so I do it.
When they get in front of the mic to sing, they feel empowered, and they feel it's true to them. I feel like finding her sound has been a lot about experimenting. It's like dating, like once you date a couple times, you kind of know what works for you and what doesn't,
It took my mom and my dad a while to get along again. I mean, my dad always loved my mom, but like my mom, she was very hurt because she was confused and everything. And, as years went on, they became closer and friends again and, supported me in everything.
Lele was raised by Luis and by me, I think, without fear. We tried always to be open to her so she can come to us.
She really have made us the best people we can possibly be. And in order to not be part of the problem and be part of the solution, you don't want to add more of the struggle.
The difficulty for them is that if they don't help, they see that she really struggles, then they end up helping sometimes way too much. And then she doesn't develop the abilities that she needs to in order to become independent and self-sufficient.
Executive functioning basically means all our abilities which help us organize, put things together. This can be an enormous issue for many people who have OCD and related conditions.
Okay, let's see. There was something they told me something that.
Sometimes we take for granted that we can just go ahead and cook for ourselves, take good care of ourselves, do things that are basic. And for people like Lele that don't know how to do that or can't do that for reasons related to their symptoms, they need the support. But people like her really struggle to do those activities, and they need support and training in order to get there.
I lack executive functioning. Since I was little, I don't do a lot of things that are normal. For example, just like shaving when I have to shave, I forget to say thank you and bye when I get to a room, not because of I don't want to, because I'm not aware. In that moment, I'm super distracted.
I shaved one leg.
People misunderstand some of her actions and equate that to being divish or, a star, or she's all that, when in reality, it is a lack of understanding what was expected of her. But she stumbles upon the difficulties. The neurobiology of her condition is really, really there.
I want to do stuff. I just don't remember. I'll go do it, and then I get distracted and I forget. That's just like not paying attention, being despistada, that's what they say.
Can you take it with your phone? You have my phone.
She's learned and evolved so much as a person, and she knows what to do about her condition. But people have to realize the pressures that are put in people like her. And that's why there are so many people out there that really struggle and end up kind of falling apart.
My role with Lele is specifically just getting her to the finish line. So as my brother comes up with, creative ideas with Lele, I am at the center point of where everything happens, from John's ideas to Lele's ideas to the family. I make sure that shit just gets done.
We gotta get going. Come on, get 30 minutes and we'll eat. Let's go finish the song. You have to call Eric in 2 minutes. Let's go. Yo, you're just browsing the internet. No, you are. That's the internet. You're browsing it. Let's go.
You're so annoying. No, seriously.
Since Sammy said I have to be in the studio till late.
Blame it on Sammy.
Blame it on me. Her life is very structured, and because of her severe ADHD and the way her mind works with her OCD, she might get distracted from a lot of things.
Hello?
Yeah. You ready?
I'll grab one.
Almost? There's a very specific way of how to design her day so that when she's working, she gives 100% of her attention.
Now wiggle your body around to stay loose. Roll your shoulders all the way around.
I try to tell her, like I tell everyone I work with, you have to think ahead. It's all about preparation. And part of the preparation is not destroying your voice at the Super Bowl game, screaming and yelling, or at a concert and singing along.
I drank tea this morning because you should have seen me yesterday. I tried not to scream, but then the chain smokers were like, "Ew," and I was like, "Ew, ew," and I was like, "Ew," and I was like, I have to. I mean, when are you ever gonna do Queen, So I was like, so I was like, I had to. I'm sorry. I was quiet, but then the AO came in, and I was like,
I love Eric because he understands me. He knows I'm crazy and very hyper, and he is actually able to calm me down, which is something it's really hard to do for me.
All right, let's get to work.
She's hilarious. She's got tons of energy. But when she has to perform, then she has the ability to focus in on what she's doing. You can't teach that. You can't manufacture it. You either have that or you don't.
Para tener las dos exantes, se le puede poner ahí boca.
Me encanta el flow, pero vamos a hacer otra vez, ¿estás seguro?
Si hay buenas melodías, tal vez una persona que no habla inglés o no habla español y está escuchando una melodía y dice, wow, me encanta esta canción. Si logramos que la melodía diga ya algo y ya si la gente se lo disfruta, vamos ganando.
No, pero ese es el flow, ahí está, ya lo está agarrando ya.
Y si amanece y tú no apareces, te sale castigo y tú lo mereces.
Mama.
He dances with me. He's super fun. He has such a swag that I don't have. He made me even be a little bit more, cool.
y tú no apareces. Te sale castigo, tú lo mereces. Tú no puedes con una a la vez. Solo un estúpido hace esa estupidez. Y la mala, yo siempre estuve ahí para ti. Hubo lluvia en mis ojos. Ahora quédate solo. Vete pa' la.
Y cualquier cosa que haya que arreglar, necesitamos algo, se lo pedimos a ella.
I food.
Yeah, food. Gracias. Vamos, a comer. Ese estupidez.
My grandma and my grandfather don't age.
Te amo, tesoro mío, te amo.
How are you? You good?
My grandparents love me and they always want to be around me, and they're Italian, so they're very, very, family driven.
Ah, es posible esto, que no tenga la paciencia. Un momento, you know.
This is what a studio session is. Wait, look.
I had Lele at 34. It's very, very hard to have a girl with so much energy. Calculating, I needed to have Lele at 13 years old, because the energy of Lele, at 24 years old.
Yo, your mom wore your shoes here, and now she's putting your other shoes on right now.
And these shoes are very, very comfortable.
I don't mind when people bring their family and everybody else to like studios or my work, because even though it does distract me, it calms me down. My brain works better when there's a light atmosphere.
Come on. We
I know you were texting. It's unprofessional.
I'm listening.
For some people, they don't really understand what's happening to them, so whatever talent and personality they have, they use that in order to deal with their symptoms.
Yo, I need a timeout.
Okay.
1 second, let me breathe.
At this point, I know her. Like I can just see like if she's not there mentally. She's just mentally done. And at this point, I'm upset. I'm genuinely upset.
Hey, they're literally gonna bill us if we don't finish the song.
Okay, we got it.
But sometimes they actually find ways to kind of maneuver around it by becoming a class clown, becoming funny, becoming part of the joke, or even taking over the joke. So they're in control of it rather than the symptoms controlling them.
All right, we're done.
That's a wrap, guys. Congratulations. How long did it take us to do this damn song?
Well, it actually took a long time. I also want to be on the record here saying I'm pissed at you because we could have left, a long time ago. And you did this, the right way only when you wanted to. And you took forever. And then you made me laugh for the last hour and a half. I haven't been, doing
You
anything
gave me
else.
coffee?
Oh, and that's the other thing. It's the Cuban coffee. You're never drinking that again. Lele is spontaneous. You never, it's like expect the unexpected. So it's always trying to keep her efficient as much as possible.
So I always say, as a psychologist, we are not really psychologists, we're brain coaches. We're trying to coach the brain to be able to tolerate feelings that they're real. They're not, made up feelings. They're physiological sensations that make you want to do things to get rid of that feeling. But what happens with those feelings is they grow and grow and grow.
It's just doing things. Sorry. This is a tick. That's just. Yeah. Sorry. Nothing.
Adjusting.
Honestly, I don't want to do a lot of things, but I have to because I feel so. The uncomfortableness feeling, it's like leaving your puppy inside a car and you can't open the car. When I'm alone, I have a lot of bad thoughts. That's why I keep a lot of people around me. So when I'm around people, my OCD doesn't affect me as much. I actually want to stay here and help too, if I can. No?
Yeah, if you want. Sure.
Yeah.
You're welcome. It's like a happy medium between what we got
Okay.
and what we do.
All right, yeah. Shouldn't that be in the second part?
like, you know, because it goes na 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 na, and then this one you do that exactly.
Oh, I got you. Na 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 na. Try that. Na 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 na.
I like that. And then yeah, I like that.
Como que no me creas, no es verdad, ¿entiendes?
It may appear as if Lele comes from privilege and is very blessed in all opportunities she has. She has all this fame, success, and money. Behind closed doors, there's a layer of Lele that the world doesn't get to see, that myself and a lot of her close friends and family do get to see, and that's the side where she struggles with a lot of mental health issues.
It's just that first line, because after that, you're like, it picks up and sounds perfect.
Bring you back one more time.
And then just try not to end the last solo of it.
You want to take a break? Why don't we take a break? Do you want to take a break? Right. Oh, walk outside. We can take a break.
Everybody's sad. Everybody's, you know, has their bad days, but it's different to have a bad day with some rituals following that.
The thing with your OCD is the OCD's talking to you. The reason why she's running around, she's always like, you know, being so active is because when the OCD talks to her, it tells her to do very negative things in her mind.
My mind and my body shuts down because of my OCD, because I'm just exhausted mentally, not physically.
So it's always attacking her in her mind, right? And it's always, and she's always fighting to, like, she's talking to herself in her head over and over and over and over again. I'll tell her things like, if you stop tapping this, your mother will die.
Every single time that I have to do rituals, every single time that I have to like feel uncomfortable to make the OCD go away, because that's what you're supposed to do. That's when I start falling asleep.
Sometimes I feel depressed because a lot of things are very overwhelming. And I like to be alone to think and to just clear my mind and rest. Because most of the time I am fighting my OCD and I don't want to have it, so I have to deal with that. There's an explanation for everything. When you see someone in the street that has a problem, when you see someone that bullies you, when you see someone that's sad, everything comes from somewhere. Maybe from when they were little, from home, from their brain. No one's just born and be doing weird things. There's always an explanation for everything.